Welcome to Going Beyond, and thank you so much for joining us. Babu Jayakumar, here with me in the studio today, is a real professional in the true sense of that word. He's been a journalist for 39 years, and so it's a great pleasure for me to welcome back someone into the studio who I have great respect for. Thank you so much, Babu, for coming here. Now, when you talk 39 years is a long, long time, yes? Let's go back to the start. You were first with PTI, Press Trust of India. What was it like there?
That was a place that trained me for the profession.
Really?
I also joined as a trainee initially. It is there I learned the ropes of the trade. First, what is news, how to write it, how to present it. But those were different kind of days when journalism itself was different.
Now, Babu, you have done newspapers and then you also went to a magazine. So I was wondering, was there a great difference between these two?
Yeah, the way we worked, there was difference. But as far as I am concerned, for me, journalism was a passion, whatever it is. Though I liked politics and such things, such serious stuff. Right from the beginning, I was prepared to write about everything, and I was prepared to know about everything. So when I came for the magazine, by that time itself, I had substantial experience in print media, in daily newspaper. I was with News Today, I was with the New Indian Express. From there I came here.
Of course, you have been for the past 5 years the political editor of the Deccan Chronicle. Are you enjoying that?
Yeah, very much. Right. Very much. I write every day something.
I know, every day. But it's not all about politics. I've noticed you write a lot about other stuff as well, isn't it?
I used to, but now I try to confine myself to political stories. But and every week I also write a column.
The column is very interesting. I do read it all the time. So do you have the politicians chasing you, Babu?
No, I don't encourage that. Right from the beginning, even since my days in News Today, where I had a lot of opportunity because I was in charge of that. It's a small paper. A lot of politicians wanted to appear in the pages of the paper, because in those days, you people have not started. That television was at a very nascent stage.
Nascent stage, yes.
Very nascent stage. So we were sought after at that time. I managed to be independent. And once you are independent, then they will let you go.
Right. But isn't it slightly difficult to be a neutral and independent? Well, from my own experience, I always found that if you did a story that was very good, the politician loved you. And the minute it was a story that was a little bit not so good, then they would always say, what do you think you're doing? Have you faced that?
Yes, it has come. Lot of things I have faced. In my long career, I have faced all kinds of animosity, everything from them. But they will go away within a day or two. There won't be any permanent this thing.
Short memory span.
Yeah.
That's a good thing for people like us, Babu, isn't it? So now you are with the Deccan Chronicle. You've been here for quite a while. The Deccan Chronicle itself is one of the big papers here in Tamil Nadu. How well is it doing, Babu?
It's doing well in the sense you have regular readers like you. A lot of regular readers.
I'm fond of it, actually.
Yeah, because Deccan Chronicle was the one that revolutionized the English media in Chennai. The sense, before that we had only the Hindu and the Indian Express. Hindu was always seen as a staid paper.
Yes.
And Indian Express was aggressive, but only in a different way, like politics and all that. All those popular pages now, like fashion, party scenes, all those things were introduced by the Deccan Chronicle. And when we started, the paper was sold at 1 rupee. And you can, in the railway stations, you can see college-going boys buying the paper and getting into the train. It was like that. It was very popular at that time.
Right.
And even now that popularity is there, is continuous. But at the same time, the overall popularity or the need for a newspaper has gone down.
That is the basic problem now, isn't it, with people more or less looking at their cell phones all the time. But there are people, I think, that still are very dedicated and very loyal to seeing a newspaper, maybe their own daily newspaper that they like. Have you found that, Babu?
Yeah, no. Most of those people are of our age group now.
Yes.
That is there. They
Much older people.
Much
Yeah,
older
mature
people.
people.
Younger
Yes.
generation. See, even my son, who grew up with newspapers, four newspapers at home early in the morning.
I can imagine, yes.
As a school kid,
Yes.
he wakes up and comes to see 4 papers and the father looking at the paper. Even a person, a boy who grew up like that, has stopped buying papers. Now he doesn't. Now he has his own family. He lives in his own house. He doesn't buy a paper. He claims that he reads on the net. And he says he is more informed than me because he sees a lot of...
He sees news from around the world. That's
exactly.
the issue, I think. But I find that the Deccan Chronicle is very simple in its writing. It's very simply written. Do you, as such a senior journalist, do you actually have to pass your copy through your editor, or do you not have to do that anymore?
No, it has to be seen by one person. Mostly the resident editor will have a look at it. But they are not even suggested any change.
Really?
They don't suggest any change.
So you're exactly, Babu Jayakumar, exactly where you want to be, I think, after 39 years. I think you well deserve it, actually. Now, you've also veered a little bit, and you've also written a good book that's come out very recently,
4 years back.
4 years ago, yes, I know. But it's doing quite well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think there's another book in the making? Do you plan to ever do that?
No, I'm not doing that. But there are other people who do that because that will require a lot of research. In the sense.
But you must have had to do a lot of research, Babu.
Yeah, of course. For this book,
you mean a lot more research?
Yeah, if I have to write another book, it has to have some other thing in the book. No?
Angles or whatever
cover
it is.
another area of what he did. So then I'll have to go deep into that.
Right.
Because it is not that easy to get documents or evidence for a lot of things.
Right.
So from everything I gathered a lot of information,
Right.
and I wrote, and then I wrote the book.
When it comes to that column of yours, which, as I said, I read very, very regularly, have you decided well in advance what you're going to do, or do you go day by day? Is that how it still works for you?
Yeah, for me it still works like that only.
Really?
Yeah. I don't plan my column much ahead of, maybe one day in advance. Throughout the week, if there's some event happens and I think that's worth writing about, then I'll have that in mind. But actually the real work I do only on Saturday morning.
Really?
Yeah, Saturday morning.
For the weekend edition, is it?
The whole day, the whole week. Because I normally pick one event, one development from that week.
Really?
The previous week, and then I develop into column.
Do you discuss that with somebody before you actually do it? Do you go through the editor on that score, or do you just go for
there
it?
is no need for that. They only want to see that, after I have written it. Subject, they are not very keen on knowing earlier. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I discuss the subject with friends. That is very rarely. Otherwise, I don't. I just write.
What is the response that you get to your column and to your writing?
No, actually, I'm not much bothered about that.
I know at a certain stage you don't really, you do it for yourself, isn't it?
At this stage, I don't.
I know, I agree with that.
I'm not much more bothered about that. But I get calls from people, some retired IPS officers and all whenever I write. And sometimes they tell me that was not like this, it was like this.
So I can see that Babu Jayakumar has a lot of fan mail, fan phone calls.
Phone calls. Now they don't send any mail. They'll call in the morning.
Or send you a WhatsApp.
Send a WhatsApp. It's like that. So I do get some response like that, some people, but not on a regular basis. I'm not saying, every column of mine evokes 20 calls. It's not like that. Some stories, some columns do.
But you obviously are very satisfied with what you are doing because it's for yourself, I think.
Exactly.
I think in a way.
Yeah.
Now, after 39 years, Babu, when you look back, are you glad that this was your chosen profession, something that gave you the joy, that gave you the spirit to go on?
Yeah, that's why that's what I told you. I mean
Yes.
that I came here. I mean out of my choice. I was in a central government
Yes,
job,
right, yes.
which came with a pension, everything.
Yeah.
Okay. And some of my, even when I left that office, some of my superiors, they didn't even understand what the hell I'm doing, because they asked me where you are going. When I put in my papers, they asked me where you are going. They didn't understand PTI and all that.
Yes.
One office.
Of course, nobody heard of that at
Just
that time.
going there. So is it government or private? They will ask. Private, sir. Private. So they will ask, why do you want to leave a central government job and
Such
go
security, everything on the
everything,
plate, on a
exactly.
plate. Yes, yes.
Why do you want to go there? See, at that time I was too young, and I mean, all these things didn't matter to me.
Right,
For me,
yes.
I had only my focus.
One vision.
One vision.
To be a journalist.
To be a
yes.
journalist.
Yes. Now, when you think about journalism today, we've both been exponents of that for many, many years. What do you think about the level and the quality of journalism that we are seeing nowadays, whether it's television, whether it's radio, whether it's newspapers, magazines? What is your feeling, Babu?
Yeah, that is what I'm really sad, the way it is developed.
I am too, many times.
The entire media, it is today has already hit the rock bottom. That's my feeling. The standards already hit the rock bottom. It can't go
Worse than this.
Worse than this. Really sad over all the things. And one of the main reasons is the managements. I mean, I'll blame only the managements.
Right.
First thing, the managements. None of the managements are keen on maintaining the standards of journalism. They are only keen on making money, if they can. And now, for most of the organizations, the revenues are going down, so they don't know what to do. So they bring in people who has illusions about their abilities to boost business.
That's right.
So they bring
You're right.
all kinds of people, and they come up with all kinds of ideas.
I know.
That has nothing to do with journalism.
I don't know if you'll agree with me, but I certainly find that there are so many pieces and presenters and television anchors and people who basically are exposing themselves to the whole world, really, who are so nasty and so rude. And that really upsets me, because I really don't think, Babu, that there's any reason to be nasty, even if you're asking a nasty question, correct?
We can be, exactly. You're right. You are 100% right. And you come from an era in which television journalism was sacrosanct for us.
That's right.
Every day I'll watch NDTV at that time.
That is right.
Every evening when I go home.
Yes.
I mean, after work, I'll watch NDTV, and only after that I'll sleep.
That is right.
In the sense, we had that is all the news.
It was a culture. It was a sort of a culture of politeness, of graciousness, even if you were being a little hard or a little rough on a guest, as we have all done that.
That happens.
But what is the solution, Babu? Please tell me.
No, this is I mean, from what I see is today's generation of journalists, as you briefly you entered that area but left, they are not trained. That is what I find. Because when I started my career, I told you in PTI, I was a trainee. Trainee means it was a real training, in the sense every word will be checked by somebody before it goes on air. I mean, the next day somebody will put, and they also taught us English. Not only in the news part of it, which is very important. Language is very, very, very important in the media.
That's true.
Today it has been given a go by. Nobody bothers about whether the person knows English or whatever. So the standards went down. Actually, the salaries are not completely gone down. It's not like that. I mean, as far as established publications are concerned, they still pay reasonably well. But still, they are not able to find people, because the younger generation is not interested in coming to journalism. See, I said when I wanted to become a journalist, I waited for 1 year working for a central government, establishment to become a journalist. I didn't get it immediately. I finished my journalism course in Madras Christian College, and after that, I had to wait for
You
1
had
year.
to wait, yes, indeed.
Now they finished the course yesterday and can come to a job today.
Right.
But then the standards here in the establishment are so bad. There is nobody to train people, nobody to guide people, and sometimes I find even they are like that. The people who could train or guide them
yes.
are also like that.
That's right. At this point, I'd like to pay a mark of respect in public, as we are doing here, to my former boss, Dr. Prannoy Roy,
yeah.
because I remember that there were many, many times we would get an email and it would say, these are the expressions you will not use. And it was so clearly outlined that this is not acceptable to us. These words are not acceptable. This style is not acceptable. I often wonder, does that ever happen nowadays? Do you know, Babu, because you're still in the news business?
Now those kind of people are there, but they are not the kind of people who wrote to Prannoy Roy. Those people know what they were writing about, and they were really concerned about the standards of the newscast or whatever.
Yes, exactly.
Today it's not like that. It is the riffraffs who want to abuse you, who want to troll you. They say this is not acceptable. This you can't carry. This is those kind of people are there who will still abuse you, who will still write to you. But their intentions are totally different from those people who are earlier reacting to news stories.
Right. I don't think we can stop our discussion without talking about fake news, because sometimes when I do look at something and I just wonder, is it true? Is it not? How am I going to know that? How does a normal viewer, listener, reader know that? I feel sad for that.
No, that is true. The kind of the fake news, the term.
Yes.
The term itself is a dicey one.
Yes.
Yes.
It is.
Because whatever you write, I can only say it's fake news. Jennifer is like that only, and I can keep going. 10 people heard what I said, and from them 100 people will hear
It'll
it.
pass on and on and
pass on.
on. Chinese whisper, really.
So even if I say that your news was not right or whatever, your news had some holes, then I'll have to exactly point out what is that.
Yes.
Fake news, people who make the allegation of fake news never do that now. Actually, that was a culture, political culture of what happened. You didn't hear ask me that question that comes along with the fake news. The credibility of the media has gone down.
Oh, most definitely.
Very well in recent times, because all Tom, Dick and Harry says is fake news. They use the word fake news and
Loosely used, very loosely used.
very loosely used.
Yes.
And that people who don't know anything about it. And now there are some people who claim that they can find fake news and all that. That and all is humbug. That is not that. If a news is fake, you will take a lot of time to find that out. It's not, it cannot be checked immediately by using the computer. It's not like that. It's not done. It will take 1 week, 2 months, or whatever, a long time. There is fake news, lot of news, but this recurrent usage of the term fake news and all comes from a political culture. See, it is like this. When in the past few years, or 15 years or 20 years, the media was at the crossroads.
Yes.
Okay, and a lot of people didn't know, and people were unable to handle the media at one point. A lot of people wanted to control the media. No, even now that is happening.
Yes.
So a lot of things were happening at that time. What I'm trying to say is the media was like that. It had its
Questioning. Questioning media.
It was it had its own mind. It went on its own thing. Though we can't say that what all it said was absolutely right and all. I mean, that may be
maybe in between somewhere. Yes.
But definitely the media was holding itself, its pride,
Is
its
that
dignity.
not happening now?
It's it's no. That is what I mean. Everybody is saying this. It's not happening now. I will not totally agree with that. It's not happening now fully because given a chance, all the professionals, that's the media persons, the reporters, the
Yes.
correspondent, they will behave like that. But because of the management.
So really, their hands are tied in a way,
exactly,
right?
now.
Which is truly, really sad.
Previously, the managements will not interfere beyond a point. No management. They may have one or two things. Don't write about my uncle who is there.
Yeah.
Small things.
Yeah.
No big policy matters and all. They will come. And they were given a free run.
But perhaps Babu, we should, I don't know if perhaps we should be a little optimistic and hope that if the media will begin to pull up its socks in a way, and the management really will pull up its socks somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
And
No,
hopefully,
in that, I mean, for me, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the
Yes.
chances are very bleak because the media of today is not what it was in our days when we
I
started.
know that's true.
In the sense, we at that time, the people believed us.
Yes, and if you were a person of credibility, I do
Credibility.
find that people would believe what you are putting out or what you are writing. Yes, well, from one credible journalist, I would like to say, I hope I'm in the same category, I hope, but I would like to say thank you so much, Babu. I'm so grateful to you to have this kind of a chat. For me, it's very, very important. I wish you all the very best.
Thank you very much.
And keep on with your column because I love it.
Thank you very much.
Well, it was great for me to have Babu Jayakumar right here in the studio. I think he's a wonderful journalist. He's done his work conscientiously for the past 39 years. That's a long, long time. And for me, here in the studio, along with Babu, I'd like to say thank you so much for listening and watching us, hear all the things that we've had to say. But until the next time, you take care. Bye for now.